Everyone asked me about the 1943 penny, and we're going to look at all kinds of different things that you could look for on your steel pennies that can give them a lot of value. So as always, let's just hop right into it. All right, guys, starting off first here, there are a lot of different errors that could take place on your steel pennies. So I actually have found a doubled die steel penny in a coin collection that I purchased before, and I had the coin graded and authenticated as that double die. So that doubling actually gave the coin some value, which we're going to look at here in just a second. Now this coin has been broad struck. You can see around the rim of the coin that it kind of looks stretched out. That is a mint error. This coin, graded by NGC, a coin grading company, ended up selling for $77 at auction. Now this next coin does not have a date, but it is a steel cent from 1943. That's the only year that they made steel pennies. And this is graded by PCGS. So as we flip the coin over, you can see that it does not look right. You know, something's not right. It's missing the whole obverse design. You'll see the reverse design here. And that is a brockage, a full brockage taking place on the obverse of the coin. So this mint error coin sold for over $1,100. $1,000 coin there. Now keep in mind, these errors can take place on all kinds of different coins: pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, half dollars, dollars, and all kinds of different dated coins as well, not just steel pennies. But some of the things are going to be just for steel pennies. Now this is a 1943 steel cent that has a curved clip. This coin, graded by Annex, ended up selling for $84 at auction. This penny here has a straight clip, which you can see there at the top of the penny. Now this coin ended up selling for $89, graded by NGC. And of course, the condition or the grade matters. This is at a 65. The best grade you can get on a coin is a 70. The worst is a 1. So 1 to 70 for the coin grading scale. This next coin, obviously a huge curved clip there. The coin sold for $660. Obviously, we're not finding things like this and coin rolls from the bank or anything. But here is something we can look for in coin rolls from the bank on all kinds of different pennies and dates and other coins as well. This steel cent is in pretty rough condition. Probably what a lot of our steel pennies look like, right? But it does have a die break, a large cud there at the bottom of the coin. So, you know, had this coin been in really good condition, it could have sold for a lot of money. But this penny only sold for $43 because of its condition. But you'll see that extra metal on the rim of the coin. That is a cud, which is also a die break. So always pay attention to your coins for that. Now here's another example of that on a pretty rough condition steel penny as well. You can see that this one is a little bit larger, taking up a larger portion of the coin there. Now these die breaks can take up, you know, half of the coin or a third of the coin. You know, they can be much larger than this. They can be a lot smaller than this as well. So inspect your coins closely. This penny sold for $55 at auction. Now you can see one that is even larger and in better condition. Now it does have some corrosion, but the coin is graded at a 40 as opposed to, you know, just XF details like the last coin. This coin ended up selling for $74 at auction. So we're getting a little bit better condition. Here's another XF40, and this is graded by PCGS. This coin sold for $75 at auction with that small little die break there. So of course it really depends on, you know, the coin grading company that is grading the coin, the demand, you know, how large the die break is, and what the grade is, the condition of the coin. So all of those things can affect the value. Now had those been a high mint state graded coin with that die break, it could have sold for hundreds of dollars. Now let's move on to the big one. This is an $840,000 penny. We have a whole video about this coin, so I'll briefly just cover it. So in 1943, they only made steel cents, steel pennies. All right, for the war, they needed copper, so in exchange, they made pennies out of steel for 1 year only, 1943. Now this is a 1943 copper penny. So this is a genuine copper penny. In 1943, they were not supposed to be copper. So a copper planchet has a 1943 steel penny design struck onto it, and that will make it extremely rare and valuable. Like I say, this coin sold for $840,000, nearly a $1 million penny. So keep that in mind. This is an extremely, extremely rare error. So there's a lot of fakes of these out there, so beware of that. To find one of these is like hitting the lottery. All right, here's a 1943 steel penny in very good condition. It's graded at a 67, which means that it's very high on the coin grading scale. 70 is the best grade you can get. Now this penny also does have a repunched mint mark, a repunched D mint mark. So here are a few examples of what you can look for on your 1943 steel pennies that have a D mint mark. As you can see, as we go through these images, different examples of a RPM, which is a repunched mint mark. The D mint mark here has been repunched, and there are, of course, different types of examples of that. So keep that in mind. Now this coin, because of its very, very high grade and because of that RPM, that repunch mint mark, the penny ended up selling for over $21,000 at auction. Super rare coin there. Now, if we go to the same exact coin, 1943 steel penny, it has a RPM repunched mint mark. You know, it really depends on which repunch mint mark you have, of course, that can affect the value. But this coin has been damaged. It doesn't have a grade. It's just authenticated as a genuine coin, and it only sold for around $200. So big difference from 200 bucks to 21,000 based on the grade or the RPM, the condition of the coin, or the type of repunchment mark that the coin has. Now here is a coin, it's very similar to the coin that I found, just in much better condition. It does have a double die. Now this is the S mint mark, so you'll see the S mint mark underneath the date. Now for the 1943, you can look for doubling on the no mint mark as well. Here's an example of that. This is actually the same doubling that I found on my steel penny. You can really see it there on the date, the 9, the lettering Liberty. Here's a different example as well you can look for on Liberty. You can really see it there at the bottom of the T and the Y. So you can look for doubling on all kinds of different steel pennies, right? So this is the S mint mark, and the coin ended up selling for $440, graded at a 62. Now here is another mint error. So it looks normal on one side of the coin, on the reverse, but as we flip the coin over, you can see that it's been struck through a capped die. This coin ended up selling for over $1,200. So there's another coin that is worth over $1,000. Now here is a very extreme type of mint error. I'll just go through this briefly, of course, because you know we're not finding these in coin rolls from the bank or in pocket change. The coin has been double struck. I think this error kind of speaks for itself. Unfortunately, someone cleaned this coin, so I have no idea why someone would clean something like this, because it took away a tremendous amount of value. This coin sold for $1,800. I don't know, maybe $4,000 if the coin had not been cleaned. I mean, that's a huge difference in value there. Now here is a 1943 penny that has an indent and a partial collar, which you can see around the rim of the coin. Indent, very obvious type of mint error. This coin sold for $336. Now we got the 1943 without a mint mark. So the Philadelphia minted steel cent. Now this coin sold for over $7,000, all because of its condition. Its grade of a 68. Now, if you have this coin that's graded at a 62, 63, it's going to be a tremendous drop in value compared to a 68. If there's only one graded at a 68, then that's what creates the demand, which ultimately increases the prices for coins like this. So $7,200 penny there. Now here's another obverse indent taking place on a steel penny. This coin sold for $180. Again, very obvious type of mint error. Now we looked at that coin that sold for $7,200, graded at a 68. This coin graded at a 64, just 4 grades lower, sold for $19. So you can see how important the grade is and the grade population of each individual coin. So should you get your coin graded? Well, I have coin grading videos kind of explaining that. You definitely want to do you know, a lot of research and educate yourself on these coins and their conditions. They will put these coins under high magnification and inspect them like religiously to get the correct grade for a coin. So it's not like they just toss it around in their hand or anything like that and just say, all right, this is a 68. You know, it's a very tedious process for these coin grading companies, and they definitely take it serious. So big difference in values based on the grade or the condition. Now here is a 1943 steel penny that was struck 10% off center. This coin has been cleaned, so of course that'd take away value from the coin, but it did sell for around $100 at auction because of that off-center strike. Now here is a 1943 that was struck onto a 10-cent blank planchet. So in 1943, they were minting mercury dimes, silver mercury dimes. Of course, those coins or those planchets are smaller than, pennies. And this penny design was actually struck onto a silver dime planchet. And this coin ended up selling for over $1,500 as a result of that. Now here is another example that is very similar. We got a 1943 steel penny design that was struck onto a silver mercury dime planchet. And this coin graded at an AU53 ended up selling for over $3,800. So nearly a $4,000 coin there. And then we have a more expensive coin here. We got the 1943 S design that was struck onto a mercury dime silver planchet. And this coin ended up selling for over $4,000. All right, also something to look for on your 1943 steel cents. This is the S mint mark. You want to look for the date over a date, right? So we got a 1943 date over a 1942 date. So you want to inspect it very, very closely with your coin microscopes, which I have available at the link in the comments below. So that's something to look for. Here's another example of that. You can really see it there on the 1 and the 9. And you see the 2 underneath the 3 there. So that is something you want to look for on those coins also. Now here is another mint error. We have a 1943 steel penny. It does have damage, unfortunately, but the coin has a rotated die. So when you put your fingers at the bottom of this penny and you flip it directly up onto a table, the design on the reverse should be straight up and down. It should say 1 cent. You see that this one is diagonal. It's rotated. So that can give the coin some value. The coin ended up selling for a little over $100 at auction. Could have sold for more had it not had that damage. Now here is a 1943 S mint mark, of course. I told you that they're not supposed to be copper in 1943. So if you find one, you want to have it inspected closely and authenticated by a coin grading company like PCGS or NGC. This coin ended up selling for over $500,000. $504,000 for 1 penny. Unbelievable. Now here is another mint error where the coin has been struck through thread here on the obverse of the coin. And we can see that there as we zoom in on the penny. This coin graded at a 64 ended up selling for $192. Again, this is a type of error that can take place on all kinds of different coins, just as this coin here, this type of error as well. A strike through here on the reverse of a steel penny graded at a 63 grade. This coin sold for $360 at auction. So all kinds of different errors to look for there on your steel pennies or on all kinds of other pennies as well. So inspect your coins very closely, guys, and don't forget to hit that link. We got all kinds of coin deals and coin supplies available for you guys in the comments below. Hey guys, everyone's asking how they can get my free coin book. Well, here's how you do it. You hit the link in the comments. It takes you over here to Whatnot. You'll see my Whatnot page, got 5,000 followers over there. You click on shop right here on the left side and you scroll down and you can add the book. You go buy it now. You enter your payment and your address information, and then you make sure that $15 credit applies for your purchase. That way you get the book for free, $0. All right, now you have to use my invite link to sign up. If you guys download the app and sign up, it's not going to work. You have to use the link in the comments. That way you guys can get the book absolutely free. By the way, we are on Whatnot every Tuesday and Thursday doing free giveaways, all kinds of cool stuff over there. We're selling an enormous amount of penny rolls, wheat penny rolls, silver coins, gold coins, everything. Make sure you guys follow. You do not want to miss out on these giveaways. And don't forget to subscribe in the middle. Feel free to check out the videos to the left of me. And until tomorrow, I'll see you guys in the comment section below. This is Couch Collectibles, and this is where I disappear.